Recovery is not enough. You can have a year sober, 5 years sober, even 10 years sober, and still have broken relationships, no money, poor health, and no purpose in life. If that's your life, you're not feeling recovery. You're just expecting recovery to do the job it was never meant to do. When I got sober, I thought everything would magically come back. I thought my family would trust me again. I thought people would forgive me. I thought life would just happen, but it didn't. I had to rebuild everything, trust with other people, other individuals, my family, loved ones, and friends. I had to rebuild my career, my finances, my credit score was horrible, even my health, even learning how to have normal conversations. Sobriety moved the chaos. It didn't automatically build my life. Recovery isn't enough because recovery is the foundation, not the whole house. Recovery keeps us clean and sober, right? It takes away the chaos from our own lives. Discipline builds our future, doing things on a consistent basis, right? Creating habits in our lifestyle, not just going to meetings, having a recovery foundation, showing up for work on time, some of the things that we need to learn how to do. Get there early, right? When people ask us to be there or be somewhere, be on time. And then one of the most important things is rebuilding our character. Character restores trust that people have in us. I don't care if it's your girl, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your employer. For some of us, the police department, right? If restoring our character, we get a chance to become the person that's relied on. People don't trust our sober time. They trust consistent behavior. A friend of mine just got these shoes for me for my birthday. I turned 52 June 28th, right? It made just like a simple pair of shoes, but they are 3D printed. And what I like about them is because it symbolizes what recovery is. It's one shoe. It's one piece all put together, right? And it works together. There's no separate piece, no separate soles, no separate stitching. It's all one piece. And that's what recovery is all about. It's about us working together to stay sober on the same journey that we're on. But at the same time, we're intertwining all these things that's helping us rebuild a better life, not just for us, but our family, friends, and loved ones, and also our employer, right? I love the statement that keeps recovery very simple for me, right? It's called trust God, clean house, and help others. If I do all three of those things, a lot of the other things I don't have to work on, right? It makes things much easier because when I'm trusting God, I believe that the prayers that I put out there about my finances, about my job, about my relationships, all these things will come to pass, right? But we also got to remember that faith without works is dead. So I have to put some work in it. I have to put some consistent work into these entities of my life that I want to rebuild and get better. And some people be asking me like, Rock, why do you have so many pair of shoes? I probably got like 30, 40 pair of shoes. And it's not because I'm doing it to flex or anything. There's a simple backstory. When I was homeless for 9 years, I remember one particular time I was laying on the grass or laying in a park we used to stay at, and I seen someone jogging past. And they jogged past with these pair of Pumas on. And Pumas has come out with some better shoes. So I see these Pumas, I'm like, those are sharp. And I remember when I got into recovery, I started buying Pumas because I only had one pair of shoes that I kept on my feet for months at a time. And my feet stank. But I symbolize shoes as me doing what I need to do to stay sober, right? A lot of the shoes I don't wear, but I can look at them and know that I'm still doing well, right? I'm still here. And basically what recovery has done, it gave me a second chance, right? And discipline gave me a chance to earn the rest. By me being able to buy some shoes, that means I've showed up to work on time. And when I got to work, I did what I was supposed to do or needed to do for the people that I work for on a consistent basis. Now, here's what rebuilding your life actually looks like, or my life. Showing up to work on time, actually being early. I show up to work at least an hour early. I work for a recovery home in Chicago, and we have over 100 residents, and I get a chance to be impactful in their life. We have a structure which helps the residents, and also by me helping them it actually helps me too as well. So it's very powerful for me to be working in this position, and also giving me an opportunity to grow and also watch other people grow. It's a fabulous niche to be in, coming from homelessness and being ostracized by my own doing and being the underbelly of society, getting to a point where I'm helping God's people transform their lives for the better too as well. I love my job. Also, paying bills. I hear people complain about bills all the time, right? And I dreamed about paying bills when I was homeless, eating out of garbage cans. Now I get the opportunity to pay a car note. I pay insurance. I pay rent on time, light bill, gas bill. I even got food that we order, groceries, and I pay for delivery because I don't like going to the stores all the time. Everything I do is like off of delivery places. But it's a beautiful thing. It shows that we are still doing our thing when we are able to do these things. Because I remember back in the day when I didn't care about a bill. I didn't care about a credit card bill. I didn't care about the shoes I had on my feet. I didn't care if I had on clean clothes. I didn't care if I ate out of garbage cans. Yeah, I got to a point where I washed up in a Starbucks restroom and washed my feet off in the toilet with soap and water, just so I wouldn't stink so bad, right? So I'm very thankful and grateful for even having a shower. What I'm really big on is keeping my promise. Anytime a friend or family member, acquaintance, I don't care if they ask me to do something and I say I'm going to do it, or they say be here at this time, I'll be there at that time. My word is my bond. Today, I do these things not necessarily because I enjoy or like everything that I commit myself to, because some days I may have made a promise about doing something and then something may have came up and I just don't feel like doing it, but I do it anyway. Because I remember when the family was having a barbecue or birthday party or something like that, and they say, Rock, we're gonna start at 7 o'clock, be there. And I say, I'll be there. And I never showed up. Today I show up. And that's one of the biggest flexes I can have in my recovery journey, is showing up when friends or family say, hey, we would like for you to be there. Would you show up? And I'll be there. Calling my family and my friends on a daily basis actually helps with connection, because I remember isolation was part of my using days. So I isolated myself so I could stay away from becoming a Tasmanian devil in other people's lives. Now connection is recovery for me. Anytime I feel like I want to isolate myself, I make sure I make a meeting, call somebody on the phone, or hook up with somebody for dinner or lunch, coffee or something like that, so I can keep that connection with people that I love and people that love me too as well. Learning emotional regulation. I talk about emotional sobriety, not getting too mad, angry, upset, resentful, sad, any of those negative emotions, or even getting too happy. If you got a scale from 1 to 10, if I see myself getting too happy, like at a 10, I try to bring it down to a 5. So I start thinking about how happy and grateful I am about the situation that I'm in, and I get too happy. Because I remember when I was sober, or even when I was out there in my madness, if everything was okay, I still want to get happier. Because I have a disease, want more. If I want to be happy, if I'm already happy, I want to get happier. There's no such thing as happier, right? Anytime I was sad, depressed, mad, I wanted to put something on top of it so I can feel better. Because I'm addicted to things that make me feel good. So I have to regulate that. I have to create this or have this emotional sobriety so I won't go too far off the charts. So I try to stay at a 4, 5, 6 on a scale from 1 to 10. I have to mentally check this every day, all day sometimes. If you've been told recovery is the finish line, you've been sold a half truth or a half story. Recovery is only the beginning. Recovery isn't enough. Recovery is where our lives begin. If you believe that God gave you a second chance in life, a third chance, a fourth chance, if you believe that God restored you from a hopeless state of mind and body, He did not do it just so you can live a better life for yourself. He saved us so we can help His people in whatever capacity that may be. Everybody got their own purpose in life, but I suggest that you find out what that is, because He just didn't save us for us. He saved us for our family, loved ones, and friends, and even for people that we have not even met yet. It's people that I'm helping right now that I didn't know 5, 6, 7 years ago, right? But now I get a chance to be impactful in their life. So God has saved us for a purpose. So don't ask yourself, am I sober? Ask yourself, what am I building? Am I helping? Am I doing service work? Am I helping God's people? So if you're wondering why people still don't trust you, even though you've been sober and doing everything right for yourself, I created a free trust repair breakdown. The link is in the description or in the comments. It'll help you identify the specific behaviors that may still be costing you trust.